I never thought my marriage would fall apart so suddenly, so brutally. For years, I was convinced what we had was unshakable, something strong enough to survive anything life could throw at us. My wife wasn't just my partner. She was my confidant, my future, the person I entrusted with the deepest parts of myself. And then one quiet evening, she tore it all down with a confession I never saw coming. She admitted she had been cheating. At first, I couldn't even process it. I searched her face for regret, for tears, for some sign this was a mistake she wished she could take back. But instead, she met my disbelief with an icy calm. "You should be more open-minded," she said flatly. "Let me do what I want." Those words hit harder than the affair itself. Not only had she betrayed me, she expected me to accept it, to pretend it was normal. In that moment, the woman I loved became a stranger. The pain was unbearable, but slowly, through the shock, another feeling began to rise: clarity. If she wanted freedom, if she thought I'd simply roll over and take it, she was wrong. I wasn't going to be the man she could trample over anymore. And that's when my thoughts began drifting to Clara, her sister. Clara and my wife had never been close. Their relationship was built on grudges and quiet hostility, years of resentment simmering under every word. I often found myself stuck in the middle, but I couldn't deny that Clara was different, genuine, honest. She never pretended to be something she wasn't, and there had always been subtle moments, glances, that told me the door between us wasn't fully closed. Fate, or maybe irony, put us together during a family trip. The three of us were forced into close quarters for several days. The tension between the sisters was suffocating, but with Clara, I felt something else: ease. While my wife remained cold and distant, Clara was warm, engaging, and surprisingly open. One night, after my wife went to bed early, Clara and I stayed up, a half-empty bottle of wine between us. The room was quiet, filled with the low hum of jazz and the occasional clink of glasses. Our conversation started light, but soon turned into something raw. Her loneliness, my heartbreak, all the things we never dared to say out loud. The air shifted. Our laughter grew softer, the silences heavier. And then when our eyes met, I felt it: electric, dangerous, undeniable. I knew it was reckless. She was my wife's sister. But after everything I'd endured, the betrayal, the humiliation, this felt like life throwing me a lifeline. And when I finally leaned in, she didn't pull away. What began as a spark ignited into a fire that night. It was messy, complicated, guilty, but also real. For the first time in months, I felt seen, desired, respected. Word spread faster than I imagined. My wife's reaction was explosive, rage tangled with shock, jealousy, and maybe even regret. She couldn't stand that I had turned to the one person she despised most. For once, Clara held the upper hand in their long-standing rivalry, and my wife was forced to face a reality she never thought possible. Dating Clara wasn't easy. At first, it had to be kept in the shadows, hidden from the storm of family drama waiting to erupt. But every secret meeting, every stolen kiss, every whispered conversation gave me something my marriage hadn't in a long time: freedom, power, a sense that I wasn't broken, that I could still choose my own path. By the time the trip ended, the atmosphere was unbearable. The sisters barely looked at each other. The family bonds were shattered. But for me, it was the start of something new, chaotic, uncertain, but undeniably real. I won't pretend what I did was clean or easy. It was painful, messy, and it came with consequences. But after my wife's betrayal, her demand that I accept it like it meant nothing, choosing Clara was my way of taking back control. Sometimes, when someone betrays you so deeply, the only way to reclaim your power is to break the rules they thought you'd always follow. And that's exactly what I did.